Hey everyone, my name is Chris Pua, and I am a junior here at the University of San Diego studying political science and minoring in leadership studies. Some things I'm involved with campus are Torero tour guides, Torero ambassadors, and club and intramural sports. We're so excited to have you here today with us for another student session to discuss being from the Pacific Northwest, but also being here at USD. So without further ado, I'd love for all of our featured students to introduce themselves, and then we can answer some important questions of what it's like to be out of state, but also at USD.
All right, I'll introduce myself first. My name is Ramona Tellez. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a second year student here at the University of San Diego. I'm a tour guide on campus. I'm a Turo ambassador. I'm involved with the Women's Commons, and I'm studying environmental and ocean sciences on the marine ecology pathway with minors in biology and ethnic studies. Coco, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Coco. I am a junior here at USD and I am studying communication studies with minors in change making and Spanish. On campus, I'm involved in Torero ambassadors, out of state ambassadors, and Greek life. And so we're happy to have you here today watching this video.
Sweet. So we're just going to go into the questions right away. First one, Coco, you could answer first. So did you guys know you wanted to go to school out of state from the start, or was it something that like, okay, I'm going through all of my admissions, I definitely want to go out of state?
I guess looking back to when I was a senior in high school, I was very unsure what kind of school I wanted to go to and where I wanted to go to. But the more I started learning about um, schools in Southern California and USD in particular, I was really drawn to the fact not only the great weather we have here, but all the amazing programs and resources on campus. And so going in high school, I think I knew I wanted a change. And so I just took the leap of faith and decided to go to USD.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, my experience was pretty similar to Coco's. For me, I knew I wanted to go out of state just because I loved home so much. I truly do love Seattle. I love everything that city has offered me and the community that I have established there. And because of that, I knew that I wanted to get something new for these 4 years and really like find myself in a different context and find who I am outside of my city and my family. And I'm so appreciative that I made that decision to branch out and take that leap of faith, like Coco said, because I've gained so much knowledge and wisdom about who I am and what I'm capable of. And I'm so excited to know that I now have a community here in San Diego, and then I still have that community back home too.
Heck yeah, that's super awesome to hear that both of you like took your leaps of faith and it worked out perfectly. It's definitely something cool to think about for anyone thinking about studying out of state. That leap of faith can be really cool and really rewarding. So, Ramona, you could answer this one will go to you first. What advice would you give to someone coming from your home state?
Well, like I was just saying, I think this goes back to that leap of faith and trusting yourself and trusting what you're capable of. I know for me, it was a scary thought to think about driving like 1,000 miles down to San Diego and starting a whole new life here. But I'm so thankful that I did that because I've had so many incredible experiences on campus at the University of San Diego and also just in the area and in Southern California. I've learned so much and I've explored so much. And because of that, I've grown so much. And so, my advice is that if you have that gut feeling that you're supposed to go out and explore, it's because you are. And so, you should follow that feeling.
I,
Coco.
I love what you said at the end right there is to, if you feel like you're being pulled to come here, like you definitely are, like this is the place that's meant for you. And our hope is that you would be able to explore that once you get here. And I guess my advice for people that are coming from out of state or from our home region would be to just become involved. That's how I have made so many connections and met so many amazing people, is just putting myself out there. And it's scary at first. I mean, I didn't really know anyone coming here, but I have just found and been able to grow so much in the activities that I've become involved in and find what I'm passionate about and really be able to not only explore the San Diego area, but just who I am as a person. And so I would recommend joining clubs and organizations and talking to people in your classes and getting to know your professors and really just trying to find where your place is here, because there definitely is one.
Yeah, that's cool. And then just going off that, you were talking about finding your place and joining clubs and organizations. So, Coco, you could get this one first. Who or what has been your biggest support system at USD?
Um, Support system. I would definitely say um probably my friends or my professors. I think, my friends have become my family here, and that was something that was really hard to leave behind, the whole like Seattle community and where I've grown up my whole life. And so being able to find that support and people that you can anything with, like from academics to just, having fun together on the weekends and after classes and in between. And I think also my professors, because they've really challenged me in a way academically and stuff. And so when classes do get, challenging, and they force me to learn and grow. And I think my professors have been there every step of the way with our small class sizes and being able to go to office hours, and just they really get to know me beyond the classroom, which I think has been really great.
Coco, you totally stole my answer to that question. So I'm just going to echo that. My friends have really become my support system. My roommates are the ones who see me every day. They see me at my highs and lows, and just knowing that they have my back is so reassuring. And then also, of course, my professors who are there to push me academically, and they have that calming presence that I really need when I'm stressed out about my homework assignment. I know that I can always go to them to their office hours and I can get that one-on-one help. That's always very reassuring. And also, I still have my support systems from back home in high school. I will still call up my mom most days because I'm only becoming an adult right now and I'm not a full adult yet. So it's nice that we have the technology to maintain these connections, and that I can call her up when I'm having a bad day or when I just want to like see her face. And then I also have my wonderful new support systems here. That just means a lot for me that there's like support all around, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love to hear that both of you guys just have full support from the whole US or from your friends specifically, but there are a lot of resources at USD if you ever feel like you need support. And a common, I guess, problem that some people feel coming from out of state is like homesickness and wishing that they were home. So I guess on that, what do you miss most about home? And then, of course, you have your support system there, but how have you found ways to fill that gap when you're feeling homesick? Ramona, you could start this one.
Oh, well, I have to say the thing that I most about home is my dog. Thankfully, there are a lot of dogs on campus. People just in the community will bring their dogs over, take them for strolls, and so I get to see that. Um, and then, of course, I guess what I miss most about home is that sense of like security, and it's the place that I grew up. It's the place where I kind of became myself. And that's definitely been filled because when I'm here, I'm learning that there's so much more space for me to grow. And because of that, I have that same sense of growing into myself and having people there to support me. And so I've been really thankful for everything the USD community has done to support me throughout that. I also find myself missing like the nature in Washington and being able to like go out on hikes on the weekend. And thankfully, I found like clubs and organizations that I can do that with, or even just friends that will go and we'll drive for like half an hour and be in some new beautiful environment, and I'll get my little nature fix in. So really, for me, what I think it is that when I want something or when I'm missing something from home, if I put in the work to find it here in this USD community, it's so available for me to do that. We have so many clubs and organizations where you can fill any gaps that you might have when traveling from home. And we have such a wonderful community here that's going to support you as you do that.
Yeah, I think you had an awesome answer. I feel the same way. I think um what I miss most about home is probably just like my family, but like Ramona said earlier, like they're just a FaceTime call away or a phone call. Um and and so you just find those things that you can fill the gap with by just exploring and stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit. And I also do miss the nature like that, but like she said, like you can just go on a hike and there's so much new scenery and so much more to explore um than what I have been used to my whole life. And I just love the idea of getting to explore a new city and get to try new foods and go to new really cool spots. And so I think just being able to understand and accept that this new chapter of your life will present new things, but they're new things in a good way, not a bad way, because it's going to give you the opportunity to explore a new part of the world and you that you're not used to. And that's always a good thing, even though it might seem scary at first.
Both of you talked about like exploring and finding those new like hikes or new scenery for nature. And I'm wondering, is there a place on campus, or it could be even off campus, that kind of feels like the home away from home? Coco, you start this one.
Ooh, that's a good question. Let's see. Oh, I don't know why this took me so long to think about, but Aroma's coffee shop is our coffee shop on campus. And a huge part of my life in Seattle is drinking coffee and going to coffee with friends. It's a huge part of our culture there. And so at USD, that has just become my home away from home in the sense that I am able to go not only enjoy a cup of coffee, but like see so many people I'm friends with or people in my classes. And it's just like the hub and like the heart of the USD campus, as I like to see it, because you go there in between classes, you can get a little homework done, you can go meet up with a friend. And so I think that being on campus there has been really fun. And it's always a place I go to every single day. And it's great to see people that I'm friends with, as well as like classmates and professors, and just be able to say a quick hello.
I definitely agree with that. I love aromas. I love coffee, and I love being able to see so many people there. For me, I think that I love to go to aromas, have those connections, even just in line. I'll see a professor from like that I had a year ago, and they'll still remember my name and want to say hi, which is just such a wonderful experience. And then I take my coffee and I go to the library, and I go into our Harry Potter room with a study area that actually looks like the library in Hogwarts. And for me, being such a Harry Potter fan and having Harry Potter be my comfort movie, feeling like I'm in Hogwarts getting my work done is such a comfortable thing for me. All of my friends, Harry Potter fans too. So we're there together doing our studying, listening to our music, drinking our coffee, and it just makes me feel so at home and so secure. And it actually makes me really enjoy studying because the atmosphere is so wonderful that I'm like, okay, I can grind out this paper, I can get it done.
Heck yeah, I'm super glad that both of you found like a home away from home at USD, and both those places are truly amazing. Aromas with the coffee and the avocado toast, and yeah, that the Harry Potter room, truly like a beautiful place at USD. So we have a couple more questions. Some of them are, we're gonna begin with some more deeper questions and then end with some more fun, upbeat questions. But we'll get the deeper ones out of the way. So we talked a lot about growth and kind of taking your leap of faith and how that worked out for both of you again. And I think part of growth is learning, obviously, like learning from that growth. So, what's something that you wish you knew before heading to USD? And Ramona, you could get this one first.
Hmm. Well, one thing that I wish I knew is that it's okay to be hesitant, and it's okay to be scared in a new environment, and it's okay to still be finding yourself and who you are. When I was making my college decisions, it was between USD and some state school that would have allowed me to be close to home, which would have been wonderful and beautiful. And I felt for a while that because I wasn't 100% sure that I wanted to go out and leave home because I was scared that that meant that it wasn't the right choice for me. However, after having a lot of like deep conversations with like family members and friends and my support system there, I realized that it's okay to be unsure because I'm doing something scary. I'm leaving home, I'm traveling really far, and I'm establishing a new life of my own. And it's okay to be unsure and it's okay to be hesitant about that because it's so different. But sometimes that difference and that change is what prompts you to have so much growth. And so for me, that growth has made me who I am today. And I'm so, so thankful for it. But I wish my younger self knew that it is so okay to be scared because I'm doing something scary. Finding yourself can be scary, and those feelings should be honored. And so you should honor those and also remember to push yourself and see what you're capable of and see how much growth that you can have at home and also away from home and just figure out who you are through that process.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say too, is that it's okay to be scared and it's okay to not know what you're doing. I think when I was a senior in high school, I had this big idea that I had to know everything that I wanted. And I saw people around me who knew exactly what they wanted to do, exactly where they want to go, and they had their whole life planned out, but I didn't feel that way necessarily. And so I didn't even know what I wanted to major in, to be honest. But I just felt like USD had all the opportunities and resources, and even off paper, that it's translated into that so much now. And I think I just didn't realize that everything will work out. You just have to believe in it, and you have to put your whole heart and soul into it, and just trust that gut feeling that you might have. And so I think I wish my younger self knew that it's okay to not know what you're doing, and to just um, allow yourself to be and to do something that might be out of your comfort zone now, but looking back, you'll be really proud of yourself that you did it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I definitely want to echo what both you said. It's definitely okay, especially during college times, to like not know, or just maybe just go off a random limb. Because when I chose my college, I chose on the very last day. So it's fine if like right from the start you don't know what you're doing, because it could take, some people may know, some people may not. So everyone's different. So yeah, I definitely want to echo and emphasize what they're saying is really important. And Coco, I'll give you this one first. I don't know why that sentence sounded weird in my head. But how do you know you made the right choice by attending USD? Like, what did you have, like an aha moment kind of thing, or?
um I don't know if I had like an aha moment. I think just kind of like gradually happened. I think um my first semester at USD, there was just a lot happening in my own life that I just wasn't sure if I made the right decision. But um second semester of my freshman year, I just felt like I was taking classes that I loved, and I had finally found like friends and people that supported me. And I just remember like walking on campus one day, and it was like a beautiful sunny day, and I was like the first one on campus. It was like 7 in the morning. And I remember thinking to myself, like, oh, I'm meant to be here. Like, I just feel so at home. And it was that feeling that I just like have held on to the past 3 years, is just like this feeling of like just knowing that I belong here, even though sometimes, it is college. Like, you do have like hard classes, and you have other stuff going on in your own life. Like, there's just so much in the world, and but just this overall feeling that like I was choosing USD every day, and then that USD was choosing me back. And so it was just that feeling that I have just always held on to. And I just really feel like, if I choose USD will choose me back every day. And that's just made me so happy and so secure in knowing that I'm at the right place.
Oh, Coco, that was such a good answer. I love that. Um, for me, I think it's kind of the same. There wasn't an exact aha moment, but if I had to pinpoint one moment, I think it would be, um, again, just walking on campus on a sunny day. Specifically for me, I have always wanted to be a marine biologist. I always knew that was what I wanted to do since I was like 7. I watched this documentary about dolphins. Like, that was it for me. But I've also had a lot of other passions, like environmental justice, climate change. And I've also been really interested in art and like theater and like that form of communication. Um, USC offered this class called Environmental Issues. And we were actually working with the theater department, working with the theater students and helping them write plays about climate change. And I feel like that is so niche, and it's so me, and it's so many other students on campus, which I think just shows a lot. And so for me, it was that moment walking around, the sun was shining, walking to this class that was perfectly tailored for what I want to do and what I'm interested in. And of course, like, the flowers are blooming, the sun is shining, and I just see so many like bright faces walking around on campus, and so many that I know because of our wonderful small class sizes, and just feeling so secure in myself as a student and so secure as myself as a person that belongs here.
Yeah, that class sounds really cool, and the plays also sound really cool. Like, I'm glad that USC actually made something that's like, hey, you could work with the people interested in environmental, like justice and environmental issues, and write plays on it. That's awesome. I didn't know that was a thing. That's so sick. So yeah, now we're gonna end with some more lighthearted questions and more about your guys' like home state and region. So Ramona, I'll give you the first one.
Mhm.
Why do you love your home state? Like, what's your favorite thing?
I absolutely love the smell when it rains in Seattle and in Washington. I think that is just like there's something about it releases so much serotonin in my brain. Um and I love how like the greenery comes alive. That is something that I miss is like the like 360 views of green that I have in Washington. Um and so I love like being immersed in that nature, and the smell of the rain, something just happens, that chemical reaction going on there is amazing. And so I do miss that, but I'm also so thankful that I have this like new wonderful like chaparral environment to explore here and to like see the nature of. And then of course I can go home for my breaks and I can see that nature again and have these two different like wonderful environments that I can explore and become a part of, because nature has been such like a defining aspect of like who I am and what I want to explore and what I want to do. So I've been so thankful for these two different sides of like seeing our world and our natural environment.
Heck yeah.
Okay, Ramona, this is the only question you might have a different answer, but I hate the rain. And so I am so glad to be here. And I always tell people that I am going to be a snowbird in my 20s because I love Seattle summers, but I hate the Seattle winters. And so I feel like everyone in the Pacific Northwest that like Pacific Northwest have the best summers. There's so much to do. There's going outside, you can go to like the water, you can go to the beach, you can go to the mountains. Like there's just that whole area is just so much to do. And so, but being in San Diego in the winters is amazing because it's still sunny year round and I just want to be in the sun. Anyways, but yeah, I love my home state and region because I just really love the sense of community there. Also, I just feel like people are super friendly and I just spent my whole life growing up there and I have so many people that I love and care about who live there. But I think no matter where I go, I will always know that that is home for me and I don't ever have to change that. You can have a home away from home. And so, um, choosing to embrace that is your home and that probably always will be your home, but being able to have a second home and something that you can go back in between is something I love. And it's such a short flight too, it's not, we're not going like thousands and thousands of miles away. It's, it's like a 2.5 hour flight and you'll be right back there.
Awesome. And then what's something that San Diego could learn from your home state? And Coco, you could get this one first.
San Diego could learn from my home state. I'm not 100% sure about that. I think San Diego has a lot of great things that are different from Seattle and Washington and the Pacific Northwest. Rona, do you have anything that you can think of?
I think there's so many differences and then there's so many similarities in that sense of community. And I love them both so much. Will say though, San Diego doesn't know how to deal with the rain. Like the infrastructure is just bad. Like there should not be so much flooding for the amount of rain that they have. Like let's figure that out. Let's figure out those streets, please. San Diego, I feel like the coffee in Seattle is just superior. And that's my truth. Although San Diego, there's some specific coffee shops and some specific coffee shops on campus that can do it really well. So it's okay.
That is true. Those are both good options. But I just feel like they're both so different, but so like in their own ways that it's so hard to compare. Like I love them both so much and I love them both separately so much,
Yes, definitely.
Well, that was all the questions. So thank you everyone for watching this video. And thank you, Ramona and Coco, for being panelists for it.
Of course. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for having us.